Food Trucker School is now in session. This is episode 22. Boom. What's up, everybody? My name is Pat Flynn, your host of Food Trucker School, and you're interested in food trucks, which is awesome because we are here to help you. Whether you're just getting started or you've been on the road for a while, this is the show for you. I could not be more excited for today's episode. It's a special one because today we're talking with Tommy Marudi, the owner of the Middle Feast food truck. That's right, the Season 5 winners from the Great Food Truck Race. Such an awesome guy, well-deserved win. He and his sister and his friend won Season 5, and we're going to talk about everything that happened behind the scenes, on the show, what life was like stepping on a food truck for the first time, to go from that to now winners of the Great Food Truck Race. It's crazy because they don't even have their truck yet. They're getting things ready to go on the road. They're going to go on a tour, and a lot of cool things to say. But before that, I do want to mention, hey, if you're looking to start your own food truck, something a lot of people are thinking about lately, especially now that these shows are coming out, and you want to get the best, most up-to-date information on how to do that, all you have to do is head on over to foodtruckr.com/book and grab your copy of How to Start a Food Truck, the Definitive Guide. This is a mega book. Everything you need, worksheets, how to do all the financials, how to write a business plan, everything you need to get your food truck dream started the right way. And I'm so happy with the response to the book so far since we just only launched it a couple months ago. And guess what? For those of you listening to this podcast episode right now, we don't do this all the time, but just for this particular episode, because it's special, we're going to give you 20% off the cost of the book. So all you have to do is go to foodtruckr.com/book. That's without an E, foodtruckr.com/book, and enter the coupon code iTunes. And that's going to apply your 20% discount when you check out. Awesome. Now let's get to the interview with Tommy from the Middle Feast food truck. That is the Season 5 winners from the Great Food Truck Race on Food Network. This is so cool. I am so happy to welcome Tommy from Middle Feast, the winner of the Great Food Truck Race Season 5. Tommy, welcome to Food Trucker School. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing very good.
Oh, I bet you're doing great. So before we get into, some of the other questions I have, you just have, how are you feeling right now? Like the finale went live last week, and how are you feeling knowing that you've won the Great Food Truck Race?
The overall feeling is really good. It's really overwhelming. We're getting a lot of feedback, and a lot of people who are calling us and telling us congratulations, and a lot of fans, more than we expected, actually. And it's really fun,
That's cool. What is life like after winning the Great Food Truck Race? I have no idea how crazy it is for you. Are you doing all these interviews and things like that all the time right now?
Yeah, right now we're actually, just because the last episode was aired last week, we're still waiting for the truck. We're getting it prepared and getting everything set up and ready as far as paperwork and permits and everything. So
that's awesome.
It's just waiting, we're just waiting. But the overall feeling is really good. We're getting a lot of love, and it's the first time that, that I'm getting a lot of love from, not necessarily just from here, just all around the world. It's crazy.
Yeah, you guys deserve it. Tommy, you and Hilla and Arkadi, just a class act and well-deserved on the win. So I have a couple sort of questions for you. You sort of had a restaurant before you started the food truck, and this is a question that I get all the time because a lot of the people who listen to the show, they're in the culinary industry, they work at or own a restaurant. What was it like to then step on a food truck and start working on a food truck?
Well, it's definitely different from a restaurant. You have to take in consideration the small space that you have to work. But it also has a lot of advantages to it. You can bring your food to the people. It's very hard. It's not easy. Finding all the locations and finding everything and reaching out to your customers. It's pretty new for someone who had a restaurant because it's more like on social media and more being on top of everything. It's very different from a restaurant, but it's also very fun.
That's really cool. And so just let everybody know, once the truck is up, where were you going to be serving? Are you going to be serving Los Angeles, I assume?
We're going to start serving in LA, but basically what our plans are is we want to do another road trip with the truck, visiting all the cities that we've been visiting on the show, saying thank you to everybody. And yeah, we're going to start in LA and slowly do the whole trip.
That's awesome. I'm in San Diego, so I'm definitely going to come up to see you and just congratulate you in person. On the road trip that you took during this race, what were some of the standout cities to you, and why did you like them so much? Like maybe just pick one city that really you thought was really cool.
Well, actually, we almost like all of the cities that we've been to, but the one that really touched us was Austin, Texas. We really loved Austin. The vibe over there is really cool, really nice people, live music everywhere, and also the food truck industry there. It has so much passion over there, and people are so aware of it. It was really, really cool getting to Austin, one of our favorite places.
Yeah, that's cool. Austin is a great town. I was there in May, and they're very welcoming of food trucks, and they sort of know how to work together with food trucks. A lot of cities that I know a lot of people are starting food trucks in are, very defensive on the food truck sort of movement that's happening.
Yeah, they have really cool food trucks over there, really good food.
That's awesome. Great shout out. Question for you. This is what really connected me to you, Tommy, was you talked a little bit about your inspiration for, doing what you were doing here and more specifically about your daughter. I have a daughter myself. She's 2 and she's like, her and my son who's 4, they're like my everything. So talk a little bit about how did your daughter and thinking of her and her future help inspire you to move forward through all these challenges that you faced?
Well, basically just the idea of doing it for my daughter is what motivated me and kept me going on through the race. Because I'll tell you the truth, it's not easy. You're away from home for a long time. You're constantly thinking about a race, about a competition, about how to win this thing. And you're, like I said, away from home and you miss everybody, you miss your family, you miss your own private spot. But every time when it gets a little bit hard, I just think about my daughter. I'm thinking that this is it. This is what I want to do for her. I want to set up a good future for her. And it definitely motivated me and kept us going.
I love that.
It kept us going for the whole 3 of us. It was amazing.
I love that. I think everybody who I've spoken to who has been a successful food truck owner has had a different reason other than, just the money or, just, selling.
Yeah.
They always have a deeper reason for doing what they do. And I really connected to you there.
Family is the best reason that you can get,
Absolutely. Talk about your food really quick. Where did you get the inspiration to, cook the cuisine that you have and put what you put on the menu during the show?
Well, we have a lot of experience in Mediterranean cuisine, Middle Eastern kitchen. We love the spices. We love the food. We try to give it a little twist of our own and making it accessible for everyone and making it looking good for everyone. And people really, really liked it. They liked it because it was different,
That's really cool. And a question for you. This would be a great question to help everybody out there listening. I think everybody after watching the show and hearing this interview is going to be really inspired to either continue moving forward with their food trucks or perhaps even send in an application to the Food Network to perhaps get on a later show. And I think we all want to see this show continue moving forward. If you had 1 or 2 tips for people when filling out an application, if you're able to tell us, what would those things be? Why do you guys feel like they picked you guys?
Well, basically the whole thing with the application, we filled it up a long time ago, so it took them a lot of time to get back to us. But once they did come back to us, we knew that we have to be unique, we have to be special, and we have to really put out our personalities out there. And because, even if it's the food industry, it's not always related about the food. It's not always related to food. You have to make people try your stuff, and you have to be very appealing and very nice. You have to believe in what you serve. You have to truly believe in what you serve,
Absolutely.
And you want to show the people that here, this is my food. I want you guys to try it because in places like Mobile, Alabama that we've been to and places like that, people don't even know what Mediterranean food is, what Middle Eastern cuisine is. They maybe tried it, maybe, but a lot of people, it was new for them. And so when you serve something of your own, you want to do it with a lot of pride, and you need to stand behind your dishes, behind your flavors.
I 100% agree with that. I think it's really important, especially because one of the strategies for setting up a food truck in a city is to see what other food trucks are already there and kind of what cuisine are they serving and try something different. But like you said, that doesn't, it's not always easy because those people in that particular part of the country or city might not know that cuisine. So how do you get people to come to your truck if they don't even know what kind of food you're serving? I completely agree with you. You have to have pride and you have to really believe in your dish, and that comes across when you talk to people. But are there any other strategies you have for getting people to try your stuff? Like, I don't know if you give away free samples or like other marketing things involved around that.
Well, basically, what helps us a lot is, first of all, location. Finding the best location, reaching out to people through social media, getting people to your truck. And also the whole race, we believed in meeting people face to face, not just closing stuff over the phone and talking to people over the phone. We actually went to meet them person to person so they can see us, see our personalities. And that's it, just be out there, connect to the people, connect to the customers.
I love that. You couldn't have said it any better. Thank you for that. Now, again, we're talking with Tommy, one of the 3 team members from the Middle Feast Food Truck. You can go find them at middlefeastfoodtruck.com. Their website is up. It looks great. You can also find them on Twitter at midfeasttruck, and then you can search them on Facebook too. They're all connected with each other anyway, so if you go to their website, you can find them there. Again, that's middlefeastfoodtruck.com. This must be crazy, like this moment right now. You don't even have the truck yet. You're getting all the paperwork done, and you're kind of just waiting to get back on the road. Like, how anxious are you to get back on and start serving again?
Well, it's a little bit frustrating right now because we really want to work. We're eager to work. We just want to do things right now. Of course, there's stuff that we need to wait for, and it's not depending on us. But meanwhile, we're doing some catering jobs that we can do without the truck, and just reaching out there, to the people. We want to get our brand very strong. We want to get our name out there. So we're doing interviews right now and more connecting to people, bringing people to our website to see who we are, people that didn't see the show. And when we're going to get the truck, we're going to hit the streets, definitely.
Absolutely. And if you haven't seen the show yet, what are you doing? You should be watching the show. You can go to foodnetwork.com and check out the shows there. I believe you can replay the episodes. If not, you'll be able to see them eventually at some point. Tommy, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced? Obviously, we saw a lot of the roast up challenges and things like that along the way, but sort of internally in your truck, maybe even within your team, what were some of the big challenges that you had to face and overcome?
Well, my personal big challenges was cooking food that I wasn't familiar with, because we come from a Jewish background. My mother is very Jewish, so cooking bacon, she didn't like that very much, and we don't have a lot of experience with that, but it was a challenge, but it was a good challenge, It was testing my abilities and testing my skills, and we pulled it off. We managed to pull it off, so that was definitely one of my difficult part on the show.
Yeah, that's cool. What was it like to work with, you worked with your sister Hilla and a close friend. That must have been really fun, but were there any sort of tough moments, between you guys and a little bit of tension? I mean, I think anybody who works in the food truck finds that working that close, like literally that close to somebody, it gets intense sometimes. But what was it like working with your sister and your friend?
Yeah. Well, my sister is really cool. She's a little bit crazy, but she's really cool.
I know, she is awesome.
My friend Arkadi is also, we were like one team. Of course, when you're on the road for 2 months with 2 people very close to you in a small kitchen and it's very hot, of course there's going to be some arguments and stuff that we didn't agree on, but we tried to do everything as we did like a team, as one person. Try not to get the personal stuff to us. If we saw that someone is a little bit angry, just fine, take a break, come back in 5 minutes, don't worry. We didn't want to, the most important thing for us was staying one team. You know, we didn't want personal stuff or small stuff to get between us and to get between the competition. We were really concentrating on winning this thing, and that's what drove us like the most, you know. So we put all the small things aside, and we concentrated on the important stuff, and we did it.
I love that. I think that's great advice for everybody out there who has or is going to start a food truck. I mean, you're not necessarily on a game show or a race or a reality show or anything like that, but you're there to serve your audience. You're there to serve your customers, and if you let those little small things get in the way, it can make a bad day for you. And I love the approach of, you know, even approaching it as if it were a game. You know, winning each day. How do you go in each day, and what would you do to consider it a win? That's how I would approach a food truck for sure. This is really cool. Okay, so when the truck is up and it's in LA, or you go around the country and you start serving everybody else out there who can't wait to try your dishes, what is the one dish that everybody should try? Like, can you give us a hint of what the menu is going to look like?
Yeah, sure. The one, all of our dishes are really good. Yeah,
I'm sure, yes.
Since we put the chicken shawarma on the menu, it really boosted up the sales. So I don't know if I want to say the chicken shawarma or the spicy Moroccan fish tacos, because the spicy Moroccan fish tacos, I'm connected to this dish emotionally, you know, because my mother used to make it for us. Well, not on tacos, that's our twist, but she used to make the whole thing for us every Friday. So I'm emotionally connected to that dish. So I would say spicy Moroccan fish tacos. Our customers would say chicken shawarma.
Or you can get both, right? Spend a little bit more money with them. I think
I have a combo or something.
That's really cool. Okay, so to finish up here, Tommy, and again, thank you so much for your time. Again, you can find Middle Feast at middlefeastfoodtruck.com. Any tips out there for inspiring or, you know, aspiring, food truck owners or people who have a food truck who may not be seeing the results they want? Maybe one or two tips that you have, maybe words of inspiration or even strategy type tips for everybody out there listening.
Well, if you're already connected to the food industry, you know that anything you do that's connected to this industry is not going to be easy. It's very hard work. So my advice is just take yourself, think about what you're going to do, think about it really good, and know that you're going to work very hard. When you have it in your mind that you're going to work very hard, there's no shortcuts, you're going to make it.
Love that. That's a perfect way to end. Tommy, thank you so much for your time here. Again, we'll put the
Thank you so much, guys.
We'll put the links and everything on the show notes for everybody, and I will try to get as many people as I can to listen to this for you. Congratulations again, and best regards to Hilla and Arkadi for us. And
thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate it, and we love the food truck family, and we're happy that we're part of it right now.
Absolutely, we're here for you. Congrats, and we'll talk soon. All right, I hope you enjoyed that interview with Tommy from Middle Feast, the winners, the champions of the Great Food Truck Race Season 5. You can check them out at middlefeastfoodtruck.com. Gosh, just so awesome. So if you are in the Los Angeles area, go ahead and find them. You can also follow them on Facebook. You could just look up the Middle Feast Food Truck, and I'm sure they're going to be announcing where they're going to be when they're doing the tour around the U.S. Awesome. Thank you guys so much. And again, just as a reminder, you can get 20% off the definitive guide on how to start a food truck. Just head on over to FoodTruckr.com. That's food, TRUCKR.com/book, and enter the coupon code iTunes to get 20% off. Bunch of people are buying it now. They're loving it, and they're starting their food truck dream. Now's the time to start yours. FoodTruckr.com/book. Cheers. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next episode of Food Trucker School Podcast. Peace.